Hello all! Okay, so my latest questions, and I get this all the time, are about scalp health. And I get asked that all the time because I don't wash my hair. Like really, I don't wash my hair. So this is my bedhead action going on right here. I want to first get into, I guess, that the reason that I have stopped washing my hair is that now when I do, after taking some days off and then some weeks off and then some months off, it really messes up my scalp health dramatically. So there are a lot of other ways to cleanse the scalp besides with shampoo. I first started out not washing my hair in kind of a slow way. It was like taking a couple of days off and then a few days off, and you get to push that out more and more as time goes by because the scalp stops producing so much oil. And this is the case even with people who have really intense oily scalp issues. Shampoo, just like soap, when you use it on your skin, rips away all of the natural great oils that your body has produced in order to moisturize that portion of your body. And the scalp is absolutely no different. So you will experience some rough times in not washing your scalp with soap for a while. And I ask that people just try to push it out a little bit longer and a little bit longer, a few more days or even a few more hours if that's what's needed. But the scalp will calm down and stop overproducing oil. Now, that being said, what I started out doing when I really stopped washing my hair was just doing a salt scrub. And for me, I have particularly thick hair. Those with thin hair are going to find this actually terribly easier than I did. What I do when I'm in the shower is first I wet my hair, and then I pull a side apart, pour some salt on there, scrub, make another part. And for me, it's more difficult to get the salt like all the way down to my scalp. So I have to do a lot of parts. And that takes me a little while in the shower. However, I'm only having to do it approximately once a month to even less than that. I know this is the first time that I've been on like with no makeup at all and stuff. Yeah. So that's one of the ways that you can start doing it without purchasing anything additional. I do sell brainwash scalp scrub, and the essential oils and the Dead Sea salt that are in there are really amazing at nourishing the scalp in a mineral way. But what you're also going to desperately need is some really good oils. I was just telling a client the other day that I had terrible dandruff for 2 to 3 months, just very recently. And I kept getting really frustrated because I'm using my brainwash scalp scrub and I'm doing all these other things. But the thing that I wasn't doing that I tell everybody else to do, and this is like a heal thyself situation, is that I wasn't using oils on my scalp. I kept being like, man, like, look at all this dandruff. This is crazy. Why is this happening to me? And then I remembered that I also usually, after I do a scalp scrub, use one of my body scrubs in my scalp. And that sounds crazy because they're incredibly oily. There's shea butter. There's other really thick oils in them. But we actually desperately need that. And it literally is the same situation with the skin. Whenever you are seeing some flakiness and some overproduction of oil, you want to add more oil onto that in order to get the skin/scalp to calm down and stop making too much or stop flaking off. So this is me after a month ago of doing one of my body scrubs in my hair. And it can make your hair oily for just a little while afterwards. But remember that you can remove extra oil from the hair just like you can from the skin with a little bit of a towel and doing some really good swipe throughs. You can get the extra oil out. You can also wear a wrap on your head at night that is a little bit more absorbent, perhaps a cotton wrap, and that will pull some of that extra oil out of the hair without stripping all of it out with shampoo or some type of soap. Now, the other issue that I see a lot of times, and much more frequently than I used to, is hair loss issues. And those are, that can be hormonal. That can be a deficiency of some type of vitamin. There are a lot of issues that can contribute to hair loss, and something that I highly recommend all of us do at this point, if you can, is have your thyroid checked, because that's very often a culprit of hair loss in this day and age, and thyroid issues are on the rise incredibly. I've been doing some side research on why that may be happening, and I haven't been able to identify it yet. There are going to be 1,000 different people that say 1,000 different things of why hair loss is becoming such a really important issue, and why thyroid issues are happening to so many millions and millions of people right now. We're just not really sure yet, but I hope that one day we know. And even if we don't ever know, we do know the ways to treat it at least. And that can often be with some vitamin D supplementation and some methylcobalamin B, which I've been taking lately. And oh my God, my brain fog is like so much less to nearly non-existent. And Angie, so what I'm talking about right now is hair thinning, hair loss. These are some of the things that happen as we get older. Honestly, I don't necessarily believe that we have to endure the things that naturally happen as we get older, but that usually has a lot to do with hormonal changes. And hair thinning is something that does tend to just happen, but we can stop that at least somewhat with some really good essential oils on the scalp. Never use undiluted oils on your body or on your scalp. You do want something that's diluted. Because, and I should do another whole post on this, using essential oils by themselves can actually, I'm going to say dangerous. It can be dangerous because you will become sensitized to literally any essential oil that's out there if you overuse it, and especially if you overuse it without any dilutants whatsoever. But that being said, don't wash your hair if at all possible. Push it out as long as you can. And just the not washing your hair is going to thicken your hair up for sure. And applying different herbs, which I've got some in the Brainwash Scalp Scrub. And the Dead Sea Mineral Salt is really great at sort of fomenting the hair strength. And then you want to use some high vitamin E things on the hair. That makes sense, right? Like using some high vitamin E things, high stearic acid, because that really penetrates into the hair shaft and helps a lot. But yeah, you want to be doing some things internally, just like Angie's saying right now on the feed. You've got to be getting the right nutrients in order to have really good hair growth. But I wanted to talk a little bit about not using shampoo, making that transition. And it is a hard transition. Be gentle with yourself. That's really the bottom line. Everybody wants to do their natural regimen in a heartbeat and on a dime. And that is admirable, but it's not practical all the time, because we can't go to work with super oily hair and we can't go to work looking shabby. I totally understand that. So what I'm asking you to do is just try to do that transition in a slow and natural way for yourself so that you're not feeling stressed out about it. I never encourage stress in your life. Please do the most that you can at any one time, and that's really how to get off of shampoo. Using the salt scrub is amazing. Using the Brainwash Scalp Scrub, which is in fact also a concentrate, and I needed to put out some more literature on this, because the Brainwash Scalp Scrub is most effective when diluted at around 50% sea salt to even 75% sea salt and 25% of the scalp scrub. And that's because the dead sea salt that's in it will make your hair look a little bit greasy. And if you're willing to deal with that for a couple of days, you can use it at a higher rate and know that those minerals are sitting on your scalp and being absorbed slowly over a few days or over some time. So if there are any more questions, please let me know. But this is my total piece on scalp health and how to maintain that. Lots of really amazing oils. I highly encourage people to do hair masks, which I used to sell a set called the Ritual Deep that had a tea that you brew and some oils. You can throw an egg in there. If you're vegan, don't worry about the egg, ain't no big deal. But even doing some bananas in your hair smoothie are absolutely amazing. And I should probably put out a recipe for that pretty soon. So let's work on doing that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate every share. It's really important. And thank you for making this a sustainable business. I love you. Bye.